So like, where do you rank Eddie? Cause I got Eddie as my GOAT, bro, of stand-up comedy. He broke a lot of
Yeah,
records.
some people, some people put him there. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to like, cause my style of comedy is different. It's kind of how you like Boyz II Men, and I like Jodeci.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, like, I like the style of comedy I like is Corey Holcomb's style, where he don't give a fuck. Like
Mhm.
he's gonna be him no matter if we in a PG era, if we in this or we in that. It's kind of how wrestlers struggle. Like some wrestlers couldn't be in the PG era, some couldn't be in the Attitude era, some could be in both. Like, are
Do
you
you
gonna
think
give?
that holds? No, I wouldn't say Jodeci as much. I mean, they weren't as mainstream as Boyz II Men, but do you think that's what hold like those Corey Holcombs from being those big, comedy stars because they are a little too loose with the lips. You know what I'm saying?
No, I just feel like everybody can't be a superstar. So you know, what I mean, you only gonna have a handful of people anyway. But there's always gonna be gems along the way that people gonna be like, oh yeah, I like that. That's gonna like John Cena, the superstar, but what did the crowd like? They like Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan ain't gonna be on the John Cena level.
Ever. Even if they gave him a push, he's
But there
not
you
gonna
go.
be there. I
Well, I
agree.
mean, he had a push, so he could do his thing. He's good, but he ain't never gonna be John Cena. Corey Holcomb ain't gonna be on the Kevin Hart level, but I will watch a Corey Holcomb special before I will watch a Kevin Hart special
That's fair.
for their time. Yeah.
I
But I
think
feel
I
like
don't
if
know.
Richard, I dis. Well, yes, I agree with what Anthony said, but then I also feel like people like Richard Pryor wouldn't have gave a fuck. Like cancel Cole, he'd be like, cancel me, motherfucker. Like he wouldn't have cared. He'd have got on that bitch and been like, I'm gonna say, and he would have had an audience for it because
But the
just because
thing
the
is,
overall people say stuff, don't mean he wouldn't have had an audience for that.
I don't think young Eddie would have cared either. Raw and delirious Eddie probably wouldn't have cared.
Well,
You
he's
know what I'm
showing me he
saying?
cares now.
Now, that's what I'm saying. I think it's where
And
where
for
where he
what?
at.
And for what though?
He Dr. Doolittle now, bro.
Fucking Dr. Luke. If he was that, then he wouldn't be worried about popping out. Because obviously he had certain jokes he wanted to say, but then he second guessed it. You ain't Dr. Doolittle then if you're still thinking about popping out. Don't say you're gonna come out and then backtrack. And so I'm like, I had to take points off him. I'm like, nah, you let people dictate how you move.
I
What's the point
think
in
I
getting
think
your
it's
own
good
shit if
for
you
him
still
though.
letting people dictate how you move?
Right. I think with Eddie, man, I don't see how he could have outdid Raw and Delirious. You know what I'm saying? Like that broke those broke records. Like I
He could
think
have
it's best for him to stay inside.
he could
You
have
know what I'm
did that
saying?
because the anticipation for him coming back was so high.
But would have lived up to it. That's my point.
But then you can't be the GOAT. Like you just said, he your GOAT. You can't be the GOAT if you can't out Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. We knew that was gonna be the best match on the card. It was a one match card basically. They carried
Right.
it. And what did they do? They exceeded that. They surpassed
Right.
everything that everybody thought they was gonna like. Well then you can't be the GOAT. You can't say, oh, I don't know if I could beat my numbers from the last time. Well then you ain't the GOAT then. You can't be
That's
scared
a
to
fact.
jump out there. One thing about Kevin Hart, he's still gonna jump his ass out there.
Kev always gonna jump out there. Kev gonna jump out. Chappelle gonna jump out
Chris
there.
Rock gonna jump out there. Chappelle gonna jump out there.
It's
So
been
I
a
mean,
minute for Chris. It's been a
yeah,
minute
it's
for
only been
Chris.
like a couple years.
For Chris? Oh yeah, he did Tambourine Man,
Yeah,
which was actually fire. I did like Tambourine Man. That
yeah.
was good.
He got a Netflix deal. He'll be popping out again soon. But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't like pop out. Like he can adjust. He say stuff. Chris Rock don't care. Chris Rock he'll say white people jokes, black folk jokes. He don't care. Jokes about his ex-wife. Like
Everybody, it's kind of like the whole Shawn Michaels effect with Dave Chappelle. I saw what you said there with Dave Chappelle being a GOAT, because a lot of other comedians call Chappelle the GOAT, which makes me have to go back and really watch him because I'm like, why are they calling him the GOAT? Um, I do like Chappelle. I like his stand-ups, but I don't know. I mean, when your peers call you the GOAT, you gotta be the GOAT, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
well, I mean, because they're seeing stuff that maybe the but the average fan call him the GOAT too though. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it ain't just his peers, it's the average fans too. So I mean, I definitely think he's in that conversation for sure. But I don't know, man. It's like he'll have one that's hilarious, and his next one to be a dud to be. Not a dud, but it won't be on that same level. But I don't know.
yeah, I look at him
I
and
definitely
Kevin.
like Chappelle.
I look at him and Kevin Hart the same. They both do the same thing. One to be straight, the next one to be the other one be straight. Then
Hmm.
they come out with movies, the movies be and they just. I mean, they know how to market. They super popular. So I mean, marketing is a big thing. Like you could be the greatest thing ever, but if nobody sees you, we say that all the time. If nobody sees you, it don't matter.
Don't matter, yeah, if
They don't know.
nobody see
They
you,
don't know.
don't
They
matter.
don't know how to market. So
That's a fact.